All right.
Hey, hey.
We're back. We're back, everybody.
We're back
in
like
the
we never
building.
left. Back like we never left. We got the angel. We got an angel in the building. Hey, she's so hot, she's on fire. Hey, I'm about to turn the mic to her, and she's about to drop a freestyle right now. Let's go.
I don't know what to say now. Hey, I don't know what to do now. Hey, it's a master bus. Malaika in the building. Let's kill it. Keys.
She's so lovely. She's so lovely. She's on fire. She looks beautiful. I got a crush on her.
Really? I love
I
it.
said she's so lovely.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful.
Really?
She's so. She's on
Mwenyewe kazi
fire.
baganya basajja abayimba so maybe. Let's go.
Consider that an application.
That day in popular.
Empapula tuzitaddeyo twagala kukima
Oh my God.
tujja kujja tukime.
They'll call us back.
Yo, that beat is fire.
What's that MPs kye bakola nti tujja kukima kaadi tujja kujja tukima kaadi oba banagituwa kaadi y'ekibiina.
Is that
We got Malaika in the building.
Malaika, everybody.
Welcome back to the Master Bus.
Oh my God, you know. Now it's a challenge because it's like reverse.
But you killed it though. You killed it.
I did?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
God, you guys,
did.
first of all, is it you on the beat?
It's Benon.
Benon on the beat. That is a fire beat, man.
Yo, say it with chest.
Okay, it's 1-0. You know, Benon.
It's Benon on the beat.
It's Benon on the beat.
That
with
was your
the blessed
application.
music.
You have that was your application, the beat. Wait, first of all, you caught me off guard. Well
Yeah.
done. So I have a future in music.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
we shall put it into
Oh,
consideration.
that's
We
so
are not
good.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
But
so good.
the other assets, they are there.
they're
Now, we just need to work on the voice.
I was saying she's used to doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
She talks and then the microphone and then lead the masses this way and then take them this other side. Today she's in the hot seat. Everybody give it up for Malaika. Yeah, here we go. So welcome to the Master Bus.
It's an
Malaika.
honor. It's an honor to be here. Privilege.
Yeah.
Finally, you guys have been talking about
It's
this.
a conversation.
So
it's
everyone-
not an interview. So
Really?
chill out. Yeah.
I was so ready. I had my points. I had my
Your answers to all the
my
questions.
answers to all the questions. No.
No.
So we have this question we always ask. She's like let me see, we've had Azawi, we've had More Roots. Solaya. She's the fourth lady? I
Yeah.
think we've had.
I believe so.
We always have people in the comments. They're like, yeah, you guys, you need to host more ladies.
Inclusivity.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But you see, there are not so many.
Wait, first of all, do you identify as a lady?
I can't.
these days-
Stop. Please, they come.
We have to ask.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was really.
You know,
I know. I
it's-
understand
it's
in the
my
world that we're
untouchable.
in, but my guy.
Not
no.
obvious.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying, we have less ladies in the field of creatives, filmmakers, music, and why do you think it's like that?
So that's a question, honestly, that has been even asked by fellow ladies, right? One, before we even get into why I think that is, like, I want to first commend every woman. There's a lot more women, right? Every woman, every girl, every
Actually,
female.
nowadays,
yeah,
you
there's
see,
a lot.
you see a lot
more.
of ladies behind the camera.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was
on
going
the
to ask people on
sound.
Yes.
TV. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yes, there's a
ladies are-
lot more. But I feel like in front of TV, yes, that's expected. But holding
Behind.
the camera, the
Behind,
sound,
yeah.
the behind the
Okay.
scene, the editors, we're seeing a lot more. Now, I feel like the reason is because it started out as a man's world. And infiltrating a man's world for a woman.
world.
Infiltrating the man's world, in quotation, is very always a bit difficult. It's just the same way on the other way around. When you have male nurses, they make it seem like it's a female,
Yeah.
you get a job, but it's not. It's whoever is capable
Of doing
do
it.
it. It's just that maybe some people might have an added advantage, like maybe they have physical strength, so holding that Jimbo, holding, you know, those things
Yeah.
might be easier for them. But I have seen many women who do that. So I think it's mostly because it started out that way. So you end up thinking maybe it's not for us. Leave it to them. Then eventually 1 does, 2 does, 10 does, and you're like, hey, so wait, I can. So now there's more. Way. I literally, the movie I won Best Actress for at the UFF, The Bed of Thorns. The entire.
Don't just
sorry.
sneak through those things.
You know what I mean?
Best.
Preempting.
Okay, go ahead, please.
The entire crew was female.
Oh.
Entire crew.
Crew.
From direct crew.
Yeah.
The whole of it was female.
And that
director,
was,
sound,
that
what
was
it was
intentional?
intentional. Yes.
Oh.
So just think of it. Female.
Yeah.
From the DOP.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything. AD, who, you name it. Everything. Setrana, who, female.
That's interesting.
Exactly.
How is it going for you though? Are you happy?
Oh, oh my God, guys.
You wake up happy to go to work.
Let me say how it is.
Yeah.
I am blessed.
Yes.
I am busy. I am
Yes.
booked. I'm balling.
Oh.
I am
Let's go.
bombastic.
Let's go.
Busy and booked.
And balling.
That's good. That's good. I mean, it's for
Because you can be busy and booked, but not happy.
bowling and
Yeah.
not happy and
not
everything. I'm
bowling.
blessed. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored.
and then also you can be busy and booked, but you're not bowling. Like, you're not really enjoying yourself. Yeah, you're just
they,
like
they say too much money with no free time is pointless.
What is the
Yeah.
point, right? Then there's also the one thing I think Ugandans don't really suffer with that one. I feel like as Ugandans, we really
Bowlers.
suffer with the being busy.
Yeah.
Na chiche chikufusiza busy.
Eh,
Like you already
the-
finished your work at 11
Where
a.m.
that is that.
Yeah.
but you feel like if I act like I've done nothing, they will think I'm not working. But like we feel like we must work hard
Yeah.
to make money, but we have to work smart.
Okay.
Like me, if I can get it done in a day and I have 6 days off, I'm not going to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
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 So let's jump right into it. We want to find out how you end up here. Like how. Okay, we might want to know a bit about your family because that might have influenced you to end up the way you are. Maybe your dad, your mom.
Me, I'm an
or-
alien. I dropped here.
From the what? from
So you
Like
thought
the
Malaika was
Terminator.
Malaika was meant what?
stop playing, bro.
You said conversation.
Okay. Not a
Wait.
movie. You know what a movie?
No, an interviews. Wow, tell the truth. Anyway, so where do you want to start? Because it's a lot.
Yeah, like what did you study, for example?
What did I study in high school, in university?
Like for
That
professional.
made you end where you are.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing.
But what like compared to what you're doing now? What
Okay, let me
what
just.
did you think you were gonna do before?
So let me run you through summary. Kindergarten, Safari Kindergarten. Woohoo, Naguru, what's up? Anyone there? Kampala parents.
She's bougie.
Pre-primary to P7. I was a prefect there as well. Most of
Yeah.
my prefect years, I'm that kid.
Yeah.
I went to Gaza High School for 2 years. Then I moved to Macquarie College. I finished my O-level there, did my A-level there. I did sciences. I did physics, economics, maths, and technical drawing. Then I went to United States International University where I started out doing accounting and then I changed to marketing and Japanese. Then I did a certificate in Asian business in Japan. And then I started a business while I was in Nairobi. It was a model management and fashion show production company. I did that for a couple of years. Then I moved back to Uganda and I entered the entertainment industry here.
Are you Ugandan?
I am absolutely 100% to the core Ugandan.
The Ugandan passport.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
see.
Where
I was
did I
not
see?
born here, but yes. So that's where the kubuzabuza will come from. I identify. Now that's where I identify. I identify as Mpologoma. That's how I identify. Yeah. But if you're going into semantics, my father's side is from Umbogo. Yes.
Okay.
My mother's side is from Pologoma.
So if I'm from the Mbogo clan,
No, we
I
still
can-
wouldn't because the chances are we're related.
but you no longer identify as.
But it doesn't matter. I've said my father's side. He's my
But
father.
what,
And-
but what would happen if you did? Anyway,
We die.
Incest. provinces. Thank God I'm not from Mbago.
What year do you think your professional work started?
That's a good question. Now, because everything I do, for some reason, whether I'd like to admit it or not, was mapped out before. You know the thing when they say that your path, it's up to you. You can branch out, but eventually you come back. Because if I say that from all the way from primary school, I was that kid acting and doing all that stuff, right? I was always on the stages. I was always winning best speech, giving best speech, best this, best that. Then if we go into the professional world, as a model, I modeled, I then went into fashion production, I went into all of this, photography and all of that stuff. So when I came to Uganda, I wanted to leave that all behind. I don't want to do it. Isn't that funny?
And what did you want to do?
I was always interviewed when I was in Nairobi, when I was in Kenya, because our company was quite big and successful. And I used to always want to be the one asking the questions. So I would end up asking the interviewer the questions. And I found that interesting. So one day I was just like, I think I can do that. Because I tried the office job. You guys, Shagana. No. I tried that 8 to 5 thing.
Was it like accounting?
So I did a front desk officer, aka secretary. I did the whole sales. I did... yes, I was in accounting as well. I worked with Tendo Kagwa in that department, but I was also executive assistant to him. I did all of that, but I realized a long time ago, I am not a behind the desk person. So when I came to Uganda, I knew I wanted to go somewhere along those lines. So I applied to radio stations first because I didn't want my face to be seen. Because in Nairobi, my face was everywhere and privacy was a thing. So I went, but they didn't give me. The first job I got was on a television screen. So that's what I've said. Somehow you end up always.
That's
so
at,
urban television.
Urban.
Yes.
Yeah, because I first saw it at urban. Yeah.
Funny thing, I had applied to Coca-Cola. I was going to go into sales and do a while. You know, like I've said, to make my mother proud and you know those things, that girl, that kid. And so they gave the job to a certain gentleman, and then his job offered him more money, so then I was second. Well, many candidates, but I would come out second, so that means they were like, oh, hey, we called you, so you come in. So they gave me my letter, appointment letter, benefits, blah, 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 salary, da-da-da, everything. That very same day, I got a call from Urban Television, Bush, DJ Bush, and he said, come through. Someone told me about you, producer, so you come. So I went and said, so, yeah, you're going to come. If you want the job, we're not going to pay you for because probation, no benefits and all that. We just want to see what you're good at. Same day. And I had to make a decision that day. I've told you one, there was money on the table. The other one, they were saying, let's see. Because, you know, taking a chance, we don't know who this kid is. We've never seen her. And I chose Urban. People always think Malaika is driven by only money. That shows you I wasn't. I was driven by money, but a different way. More in the sense of long term. If I work here, exactly. I wasn't passionate about it. I had never done it. I didn't know what it was. Me, I just knew I needed a job that was flexible enough for me to do very many things, because I was told wealthy people don't have one source of income. And a desk, this employment thing, it's a trap.
Who told you that?
So YouTube is your friend. So many podcasts. So different people I would listen to.
Life coaches.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And also without them, even look at the people, the wealthy people in Uganda. They don't have one business, and they venture into different things. They might not tell you, but they do. I have friends from rich families, and I saw it. So I said, something flexible, so I can do multiple, and because I don't have one talent, I have so many. Singing is the only one I don't have, but the rest, no problem.
I think God was there and he's like,
He gives me sing. You guys, I wouldn't talk to you.
yeah.
Wouldn't talk.
Like Angel Gabriel, that was you first take it back to the locker. Yeah, shall give it to someone else.
Remove the singing file. Don't install.
But you never know. Maybe I'm a rapper somewhere.
Well, you've never exploited.
No interest.
So Malaika, like yeah, I mean, I bump into you almost, regularly, and you're doing, you're emceeing, you're acting, radio personality. Man, how's like your typical day routine like?
People always ask me that, and I wish I had a straight answer.
It's different each
Every
time,
day.
Yeah.
depending
Every
on
day
what you're doing.
exactly. So because this is not an everyday, I don't get interviews every day. So you see, I'm here today. So what I know, there's a constant in my Monday to Friday, and that is radio. That one is a standard time. So then I carve things out for the morning and the things after the radio show. So I can be emceeing or on set acting or on set producing in the evening and in the morning, depending. I could be creating content because I'm also a digital content creator. I could be speaking to different people because I have, I would say, a fairly successful run at this thing. So I'm speaking from a place of knowledge, not from a space of I want to be only. And because I keep growing, I haven't stopped. But thanks.
And you know why we ask that question is because people see you, but they don't know how you come to that point. For example,
Yeah.
if you're going to radio,
Yeah.
like how do you prepare?
Yeah.
If you're going to act, how do you think about what you want to do about dress? Well, like they want to know how do you come to that point? Like
Because most times you guys make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Radio, you just go to sit there.
Yeah.
Allah.
yeah, like do you
91.3
prepare? If you're going to
FM,
MC, do
Malaika.
you make notes?
Yes.
Like do you do stuff? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. No one really asks that. But yes, there's a lot of prep work that goes into it. I'm sure you guys prep before you do this.
Most
But then you make it look like, man, yeah, we're just chilling. But you have to know.
Kind of.
So this is what I keep telling people. Prep work is different for different people. So someone says, my prep work is I need to be in a place of silence before I go into it. Another person says, I need to write down everything before that I need to say. Another person says, I need guidelines, pointers, and then I move along. So prep is, and I hope my bosses listen to this, prep
They probably will watch it.
is to the person. So for emceeing, everyone I've worked with, all my clients can attest to it. I do not show up on that day. By the time I show up on the day, we are besties. That means we've had meetings, bonding meetings, conversations on the phone. I've asked questions. I've gone online. I've read up on. But it's not so that I can go on the stage and say the things.
Yeah.
It's just so I can be part of the
Yeah.
situation and
Yeah.
feel like
It's not just a gig.
one of my
Yeah.
it's not. One of my favorite things is like, let me say if I MC a wedding and they can't tell which side I'm from, and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
from any side.
Yeah.
I'm an employee. I'm a service provider.
Yeah.
Or at an event, and they're like, oh, but you're the one we hear on radio. I'm like, yes. But do you work with them? Are you their PR? I'm like, no, I just came to MC. So for that, yes. For acting, that's also prep work as well. For every character, before I go into her, I give her her backstory. And she has to have a strong, I know her parents, I know how she grew up, I know this, and I give it in my head. So when I read the script and I read that page, how does it jump off onto me? Acting is a bit more difficult for me because I'm not working alone. There's a scene partner. There's a director. There's a writer who had also interpreted it their own way. So coming together as a team to then eventually bring the cohesion, great. Radio, same thing. I have a co-host. We have our segments, we have our topics.
Okay.
I lead in this, he leads in that. He likes to call me, he's like, oh, madam, madam. So I call him the technical director. He calls me the director, full stop. Just because I have that strength. Yeah.
So like when you're off air, you can be like, "Wait, you're the one starting." Them.
Yes, standard.
Yeah.
Standard. Oh, definitely. Then we have our little, like, because you guys have the visual here. So I'll be like, yeah, and then we continue on. Thank you so much for listening to. But it's none of anyone's business.
Was the urban job pivotal for you to get into all these other things?
Yes.
It put you out there,
Oh,
much as it was not
yes.
offering the money.
No. And that's what thing I always tell people who ask me anything. The minute you go in for the money, especially if you're fresh and new, you're never going to get a job. You're never going to move because everyone will tell you I want 10 years experience. At what point have you gotten it?
Yeah.
That's something Mr. Nyanzi, that's my father, said a long time ago. He said, when we were younger, he's like, that experience is gotten now. So I started working at 16. He's like, you go and do voluntary.
Yeah.
You never know. Your bosses in your own right. So you've seen people have just said, if someone came to you and said, Steve, I just want to work with you, I want to shadow you, I want to be your assistant. Don't even pay me.
Yeah.
Before you know it, when you have gigs, you're going to be sending that one.
Yeah.
Because you can't do everything.
Yeah. And I think for I think this generation, and I'm not against making money. Please don't get me wrong.
No.
But I feel like they are so they feel like they should be getting a lot of money at their first try.
Yeah.
It's not bad to think like that.
No,
It's not
you
necessarily.
should. You should.
But I feel like
Shouldn't be a
they
driving
should
force.
treasure
The skills.
the skill
that you're going to,
and the experience you're going to get. Because after that, you'll be making the calls.
Yeah.
He'll be like, if you want me, this is how much I want. Because people have already seen what you can.
What you can.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I use the example of the first time I came to Uganda, that when I said radio stations, I went and applied at Capital FM. And no, I mean, who are you? What are you?
Exactly.
Who do you think the hell you are? No, right? Was it maybe 4 years or 3 years later, they came looking for me. At that point, I could have even taken 500,000.
Yeah.
You get it? Even free. Yeah.
But
Now when they came to me, I said,
now you make the calls.
Can I call you back?
yeah. They had to vibe me for a month. Like take lunches. What? I was like, I don't know. I'm happy where I am.
And the funny thing is that what I've known about those corporate companies, at that point, they don't even care about emotions. They're like, yeah, you've won.
Yeah.
And we are ready to
Yes.
give you your... That's
no, but do you know they
'cause for
don't
us, we
remember?
want to make money.
Hey, we're interested.
Yeah,
But-
no.
No.
Okay, well, what will no, they'll just be
The
like
thing
more
is,
centers.
they see the quality, the
Yeah.
standard, but how did I get there?
Yeah.
It's like God will show you certain things. Like they keep saying, God showed these people the promised land, but before you get there are things that must happen.
That
There's
is
certain
kuala.
ebikukuba like beat you down a
I
little
call it the
bit.
tanuru.
The wilderness.
Yes, the wilderness. There's some
Yeah.
things about you that you need to, because you will start taking that malala, that excitement
Yeah.
to a place where they need you to be a professional. They need you to understand. Like even when I'm picking assistants for me, when I'm going to MC events, I have to first watch and see, does she get excited by celebrities? Because that is all that is going to be here.
Yeah.
I'm here needing my zip to be tight. She's like, chameleon selfie. Azawi, oh my God. And I'm like, it is me you're working for.
I was
Yeah.
sorry to cut you short. I was watching an interview yesterday, Michelle Obama and Oprah, and she was saying, much as she had lots of friends, before she got into the White House, there are some friends that she could not
Bring.
So she had to.
Baja kutabuka.
She calls it slow ghosting.
Yes.
Pull up, because there's a lot at stake.
Yeah.
Not everybody can go.
Not everybody can go.
Some
Muja
people
kuba
just
muli
get-
kupate White House hakuyiro mwenge.
But you
The
saw that.
scandal.
But that's what happened with when Tiffany Haddish got invited to the Beyonce Jay-Z party, and then
Yeah.
she said everything.
Segera.
She was never invited
God.
again.
Yeah.
So it's quite no, but yeah, and so to say yes, urban television was definitely a stepping stone to me being seen. But what people don't understand, for me when I entered, I said I am going to get as much as I can out of this place. And I meant it not in terms in a bad way, but in terms of learning. I learned so much from there. And it was not that there was a teacher of I went and said, excuse me, how do you do that? How do you the only thing I left without knowing is how to edit myself, but I can co-edit. I understand the transitions that there's, the timelines that there's, that knowledge to know I can produce, I can direct, I can run a show, I can be a showrunner. I know all those things, but it's because by the time I left, I entered with a morning show. By the time I left, I was doing 4 shows.
Ooh.
Yeah, by the time I was done. Yeah, like
And
didn't you know on my funeral, one constant thing everyone will say, that girl worked. Yeah, it's not for luck.
and so yeah, why did you exit?
Why did I leave urban television at that time? First of all, it was time. So as you're going to notice, I mentioned God a lot. I'm a Christ follower, a believer, absolutely 1,010%. Now, then maybe I wasn't as strong, but still, I knew God had told me a long time ago. I had the feeling 2 years is what you're spending here. Then you have to move on.
Target
2 years
work.
came. Malaika insisted. She stayed longer. 6 months into it like this. I was called into a meeting. Hi, Bush. And he was like, no, actually, before I was called into a meeting, my producer, Wandera, came to me and said, hey, Malaika, apparently they changed the things. Because I was literally coming from the field. I'd done my morning show. I'd just done Fashionista, come from the field. I was like, so now we have to film my other show. He's like, no, before we do anything, there are some changes. This was November 30th. And there's some changes and they're starting tomorrow. Have you been told? I said, What do you mean? He's like, your morning show, they're increasing the hours. You're starting even earlier. This show we're now doing, it's going to be daily. It's going to be daily and longer time. This other show you're doing, so everything was increasing. And when I calculated the time, I was like, so I am at Urban TV from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Okay.
Wait, 1 a.m.
Monday, yes, because one of the shows was going to be at midnight. So I was like, so that means Monday to Saturday. Okay, no problem. I'm a hard worker. I have no problem. Does my money also change as we make these changes?
Does it elongate?
It does, because that means you're limiting my ability to get it from elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm a businesswoman first and foremost. Yes, I'm a creative, but I'm a businesswoman. Hey, Mom, thank you for that. I went, sat with Bush. Bush was like, hey, so the thing is, the powers from above have said, anyone who comes with complaints, you either take it or you leave it. So I said, okay, I guess I've left it. Have you understood? I've told you I was just told everything. I remember I had an outer body experience at that moment. And I was like, are you quitting when you're from the field? Like, I literally had just celebrated Gaetano because me and him used to do a show together and he was transitioning to another show of his own. And we're not going to do our show together. I had even bought for him cake. We had celebrated on air that day. Little did I know it was my exit. That was my cake. And so I guess then I said, okay, I guess this is my 1 month. I'll give it a month, train whoever is coming. Like I was open to that. On my drive home, they called me and they said, apparently you make a decision, you either stay or go today. And I said,
oh my God.
So that day ended with me not having a job, and yet I had 4 when I went into it. And
did you cry?
Not for 3 weeks.
It hadn't hit you yet.
No. I've told you I had 4 shows. That was on Urban, but I had MCing gigs. I had whatever, all of this happening. It hit me 3 weeks later. Is an accident. Why you mean? Why you mean? And I remember the questions. So what's the plan? I remember the big bosses also called me in, a Vision Group. Robert Kapshenga called me in. Susan called me in. Mr. Mark, all of them called me in because I won't lie, I was really, really good at my job. And they were saying, what's going on? I explained to them and they were like, yeah, but Malaika, you don't just leave. You have to first, have you prepared where you're going? Have they called you? Like someone else is calling you, NTV is calling you, this one. I was like, no, guys, it's you. You say, you're not giving me this. And they said, okay. And then they didn't. You guys, it's like a relationship. I'm like, you didn't fight for me. You didn't. But then I remembered. See, God told you, Malaika. God told you, be out in 3 years.
You're such a girl.
I am. And they didn't fight for me. But no, it wasn't the relationship I was supposed to be in. It was time. And before I knew it, I started another job. I was working. I was a editor for Vodafone Lifestyle magazine online and for across Africa. And I did that, and then KFM called me maybe after 2 months. Actually, they had called me while I was still at Vision, but I told them I can't work to competitors. But them, they were like, us, we have no problem. You come here. I'm like, the other ones have a problem. And then, so I was like, I guess now that I'm free, they'll call me nursing.
But did you let them know, by the way?
The whole of Kampala knew. That everyone knew I had left because it was a shock. Actually, for a while, people didn't believe. They thought it was a stunt. No, it was true.
What and all those things that you do, what do you think is your biggest strength? I'll give you my example. I can produce music, I can sing, but I'll tell you, I play instruments, but I still think singing is like actual singing is is one of the things I think I do well mostly. I don't know if that's correct English, but you know what I mean. So from all the things that you do, what do you think is your biggest strength, in your opinion? That's a trick question. Yes, you should know. You should know that.
No, it's because I'm so happy you've asked me this when I now finally have an answer. All. As long as I am using this voice. And you know, everyone has always said, Malaika, no. I tell you, when I'm on radio, aren't I acting?
Kind of.
But I'm speaking, right?
But
I'm speaking.
Yeah.
When I'm on stage, I'm speaking and acting.
Yeah.
When I'm acting, I'm speaking and using. As long as I'm speaking.
So are you acting right now?
1,010%.
But you know, there are things
No,
that
no,
you do
no.
in your sleep.
I've said that's why I've said speaking, my articulation, my brain, that's why I said as long as I am speaking, and I have to be also specific on that. There's my voice, but then there's my look. So I speak in two ways. I speak using my voice, and I speak using
body
my
language.
My look, my fashion, my everything. So those are the two things I can do in my sleep.
Do you think you look good?
Do I think I look good? Baby, I don't think I know.
There's something you touched on a little bit. You said you're a business lady.
Yes.
A lot of creatives, a lot of people like us struggle.
The business side.
You know, art, money. We don't know how to balance the two. Sometimes you are called for a gig or something and you're passionate about it, and almost like I used to struggle with that back in the days. Nemba denyo mirwanga kola kaiba kano kadatega ibambe like ataina mumaja.
Kamuleke.
Let me not make the guy's life difficult. No better when you need the money and then you're like, oh, yoko. What you attribute that to your mom? What
so
exactly
actually
did she do?
So this is the thing. In my household, my father, Mr. Nyansi, is a renowned visual artist. He's a painter, art, you name it, king at that. My mother, that woman's business acumen. Chala manyokola sent. But she's a chef. The woman can cook. She can cook so well. She turned it into a business. She knows how to see a good thing. Says, that one knows how to do those things. I don't have to know how to do them. Make that into a business. So watching her as like,
industrious.
because I can sing, how do I make it pay bills? Now, I also struggled with it in the beginning when I was living in Nairobi. And you guys, when there's a eviction notice at your door, you will learn how to ask for money. Yeah. When there's a landlord who doesn't care, but you are singing for passion, you will learn how to work for money. But I'll say yes. For many, many creatives, I advise them have a business partner so that your mind is focused on that. For me, I am passionate about business. In the equal right, I'm passionate about my creative side. We are few who are like that, but we exist. And I am so blessed because sometimes I feel guilty. I'm like, when I see like, because Benon, I know you struggle with it. I know you do.
That's why I made a smart move. I
Yes,
partnered
you
with
did.
somebody
With someone who did.
Who
Who
understands
doesn't
that.
care?
And you know, I use you as I use you as an example. I
know
use
you
you as an
weren't going to
example
say.
always. No, I use him
No,
as an
he's
example
pragmatic.
always.
Yeah.
I use him as an example always, and I'm like, why don't people like we have a living, breathing example of how it should be done in Julius Chaze and Benon Mugumbya.
Yeah.
Why don't people
Very
do
two
that?
contrasted characters.
But better get everyone in their lane.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I tried to once do it. My problem was when I was working with a creative and I was trying to, because I'm creative and business, but I know how to just switch creative over and stick to business. He didn't allow me to be my best. No, actually, we were both creative and business. We're both creative and business. Now the thing is start stepping on each other. It's again. And there's no one person, you do this and you do this and focus there. When I saw how you guys do it here, I said, that's how it's done.
Because Julius has,
he's creative. He is.
You know?
He's quite creative.
Yeah, I mean, he's
there are many things he has done here.
We are bringing him on the show.
We call him a ghostwriter.
Yes, but I know many lyrics he has written as him.
Those lines need to be clear and
he knows that it has to go through you.
Yeah, you need, the respect has to be very mutual and partnerships are difficult, by the way.
I told you, I put a vow I would never do a partnership in my life again because of my experience. In terms of business.
No, in terms of business.
No,
let me look. Okay, there was some bit of tension there. So you think you handle both
amazingly
quite well?
Yes, personally I do, and it has helped me a lot. In terms of because I'm a woman. You see, the thing you've not thought
Explain.
about.
I beg your pardon?
So, imagine it's already hard to be an African doing business, a black person. Now, adult being a woman. Already they think, what do you know? Before you even open your mouth, before you do anything. So, I have been blessed that when I move into a room, now I always tell people the reason why I'm a very successful radio presenter, MC, and many of these things is my voice has a lower tone to it. It doesn't have the high pitch thing that really screeches, like whatever. Like I really wish I had a softer voice. Maybe people would now take care of me, but they think I'm tough and strong and I can take care of myself. But it has helped me in the business side. So when I speak to a gentleman, even if he's 50 years old, as you can see how I've taken it into this direction, you are going to understand that right now, I am the one who knows what I am talking about. It is, I appreciate your knowledge, but in this sector, listen to my advice.
Let me ask you a question.
Like
do you think women, this is very sensitive, but do you think women are still disadvantaged?
1010. I'll give you an example of just recently. I won't say when. I was working and I kid you not, the gentleman, I'm the one speaking to him. Me. He turned his attention. What I'm answering, I'm like, oh, no, this and this and this is what's da-da-da-da. And asked the gentleman next to me. The answers as I'm giving him. So what is happening? Like I didn't exist. Like my voice. So do
you think that was because you're a woman or because you're
the
younger?
Gentleman, now this is the thing. Because I don't pay attention to those things, first of all. Me in my head, I'm like, I came to do a job, I'm being paid. Whether you want or what, I don't put feelings in these things. There's a business side. Yeah. It's the gentleman who came to me and said, Malaika, I'm so sorry for how you were treated. I'm so sorry he's like that. Even at work, he treats women like that. I was like, no. Me, I have a thing of, because I'm a woman and I'm young.
But Benon, I think in our industry, it's a bit like it's rare for me to see women being downplayed.
Yeah.
In our circles?
No, but I think it happens in the corporate world.
In the corporate world, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, let me ask.
How do you even start?
So in your circles, I believe, right? I believe so. But I've also seen the women you work with. They would never let you. They are women who are not. Yes. I've seen they're women who stand on their own 2 feet. But aside from that, also your personalities are not that kind of guy. But like, in the industry,
we love women.
Very many women have to send a man in front, because if she goes and tries to negotiate stuff, the guy is going to start by vibing her. And she's trying to get business out of the way. So that's another thing people ask me, and I say, before I entered the industry, I said a prayer to God. I shall never be in that situation.
But
I've never been.
I wanted to ask, do you think sometimes, your personality might scare off, you know how sometimes very confident women, they know what they're talking about, they you know,
They
it
come off
can
as a
rub
bit
off.
assertive.
Yeah, like kind of guess. Yeah, but you know, people can read it wrongly, and she looks like she has lugezi. I won't give her the gig. I'm telling you, some weird people.
Yeah, they'll
might
be like,
just go like
they will shake. Yeah.
Kepanka.
That has happened 100 times, probably, very many times. So this is the thing. I cannot control how you take things.
Yeah.
One thing I was raised was to respect people. Not my elders, not people older, not my bosses. I said human
Everyone,
beings.
yeah.
Everyone. And I speak that with my chest. So my thing is, if you've already made up your mind, just because I look a certain way or speak a certain way, even I don't want to work with you. Because that's not going to be a working situation I want to be in. That techigenda kola, and you're not not everyone in the world thinks like you. There are many others who think the other side of, I need someone who I can trust, has this in control, has this has this covered. They don't need to ask me everything. So I'm the kind of person, when I come, I respect my lane. And I stay in it. I respect my client and run everything by them. So I always tell people, that's my Muganda side, my nice submissive woman side. You know, of it's a joke I say, but honestly, it does work for me.
Yeah.
Of I'm not going to. Kneeling is not a problem for me. Honoring a person. You see, I don't fight back when a man disrespects. I'm like, excuse me, what? Chogere,
Just walk away.
Just say, I understand.
I
And also the way when I get angry, I keep quiet. And then when I go home, I should have said that. But God cuts my mouth. So yes, it happens. But that is none of my business.
Actually, like knowing you exposed me to that side of, like, you're soft, you're girly, you know.
Don't tell our secrets.
Oh, okay.
She wears a shell of.
I do.
But I don't think it's intentional that
It's
I
not.
need to.
No.
But you need to,
The
though.
perception, you know, the first impression of you, it's like, you're this.
So
Standard.
lately, I almost even broke
nice
down.
Uganda woman.
So I almost broke down in tears the other day with my friends. We're out having a couple of drinks. I was having my pineapple mint juice. And then one of my friends, he thought he was complimenting me. And me, it broke my heart. He's like, you know, like Malaika, she's strong and independent. I said, no! Stop it! You guys,
You want a soft life.
yes, oh my God. Benon.
Strong and independent.
Guys, it is, I don't want to be, I have to be. Because if I'm not, like, you see how I'm feeling even right now, like,
Are you acting
guys,
or
it's
is that real?
tiring. No, it's tiring because every time I think about it, it's tired. You guys, I'm tired. I don't want to gut it. I want someone to cover me. I want someone to guard me as well.
Aww.
But because they're not there and I like nice things and they're expensive, I have to.
Work and get there. Is that
There's
tension?
no tension. It's looking for that kind of thing.
But speaking of partnerships,
Yeah.
You can answer this question or you may not. You can choose to answer it or not. But I'll give you an example. We have one of the ladies we work with here. She's called Vinka. She had a beautiful baby. When women have babies, some of them, unlike her, because she came back and killed it.
We even
Absolutely.
forgot. So sometimes she has to remind
Like we forgot.
She has to
Yeah, she's a
remind me.
mother.
You know what I mean? We forget. But for some people, that thing comes and changes their lives completely. Not in a bad way, but they just take a whole different direction. They go into motherhood and into the homes.
That's their calling at that time.
Yeah, and like considering your life, you're very busy. Is that something you think about?
All the time. I have the desire to get married and have a family, but they also
And how it will
say,
affect your all those facets, different, you know. You know, imagine going to radio with a big stomach.
Yeah.
I'm
I have examples of people who did it. Hi, Flavia. Anyway. So this is the way I looked at it. Everyone in their stage of life, If it's a woman who says, when I got children and then this and that. No, you chose. You chose. You made a decision.
Oh.
And every decision has a consequence, right? So if I've decided to follow career, that means my eyes were not there to even see a partner and then maybe have gotten married earlier, right? And this is my consequence. But then if you get it. So everything has, every decision. Let's just leave that there. So people think that I'm not married or don't have kids because I'm chasing the career. No, guys, I'm ready even today.
No, but like seriously, that's what you come off as. Like,
I've told you I have no choice, kids.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is this. We've made people believe that it is one way or the other. No. You've just said, no. You've just given examples of Vinka. I can give you examples of Flavia. I can give you, there are very many women.
Yeah.
It's a decision you make with your partner and you say, as our family, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Like I can decide. And also remember, there are some women, genuinely, she decided, I don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Then people think it's because she became a mom or a wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, you think what you want.
Then I also know women who have said, I just don't want babies.
I just don't want.
That's it.
And I commend them
Yeah.
better than the ones who have them and don't take care of their children.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
There are those who genuinely don't want to ever be married.
Yeah.
And you're here forcing them and making them think less of themselves. I have the desire to.
So it's choice.
But I am not. I am a Christ follower. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So he, man, finds, he finds, he pursues, he doesn't persuade. I am found, I don't chase. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm making myself the wife that he will find.
Let's go.
Right now, I am cultivating the wife he'll find.
You sound very clear on your...
Yeah.
It's very impressive to hear it like that.
And I thank God I didn't get married younger in my early 20s because divorce, I think I'll be on number 2. So, because
you've learned different things.
I am.
Why do you think that way? Because do you think life and experiences have taught you, so
No.
you're in a better place
to make decisions.
Make better decisions?
Yes. Yes and no. Yes, a lot of things I saw. Actually, a lot of things that I've gone through should make me never want to ever get married.
Oh.
Yes, it should actually be the opposite. That's why I say yes and no. So they instead made me want to do better. As like, okay, that went wrong. What is the lesson? Instead of that went wrong, I should never do.
Okay.
Like what we say,
I can never do that again. I gave up on those things.
But how can we do it better?
So now me, I'm the kind of person right now. I go within. I go within. I go within. I go within and I say, but you, Malaika, what part did you play? Like
to convince other people this is good. It's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
If you get it,
By the time what conversations have you had with people? What lessons have you gone into these things? Many my beautiful ladies out there. Stop this thing. Men are trash. Men are bugs. Men are dogs. Stop, because all you will see is trash. All you'll see is dogs. By the way, you will see what you keep manifesting.
Oh, yes.
I keep telling people, out of the 7 billion people in the world, let's say half of them are men. I only want one, not 5, 10, 15, 100, one. May God be cultivating him where he is while I'm being cultivated. So, yes, life has shown me a lot, but I have learned a lot from other people's things. That's another important thing people don't.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
No losses, just
Benon,
lessons.
you know this. I ask a lot of questions, don't I? He's always like, but people, me, I'm learning. I'm not going to die in this movie. And they say, your thing will be your thing, but at least I'm not going in it empty-minded. I'll be like, I remember, maybe I can apply this. Maybe I can try this.
You know, one of the funny things I've been thinking about, when girls are in a group and they say men are trash, then one of them, this one gets married, even this one gets married.
Then they leave you alone with your men are trash.
I thought you guys said men are trash.
You die in your own movie.
They're like, no, as we found our
Some
good
guy
men.
said on Twitter, if men are dogs, why do I keep seeing babies?
You know what I mean?
So you're having sex with what?
With dogs.
You're procreating with what? That makes your children
It just
what?
doesn't make any sense.
No, let's speak to the kings in our men.
Yeah.
Let's speak to the queens in our women.
Yeah.
You'll either bring out the king or the fool in him.
Yeah.
Because he has both.
Hashtag it.
Abigail spoke to the king in
Let's
King
go.
David.
Preach.
So
Give me an organ. I want to play an organ right now.
just the way gentlemen don't say bananga bakazi baganye
Eh.
say. Women like money.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? You
Hashtag
don't?
it.
Yeah.
Chechi tukeza.
Now I'm giving you a high five. I'm like, that's why you work hard.
Yeah.
To take care of, to provide, to give you that. You're like, I look forward to looking after my woman. I enjoy. My woman is the best. Because she looks after me. She takes care. Like, speaking to the woman you want. You go, stop complaining.
Okay, this is Master Bass relationship edition. Love edition. Anyway, as we wind down.
But guys,
Say to the single girl.
we are the hosts of the show. It's not Malaika.
Yeah.
I know she's used to hosting shows.
So, guys, thank you so much for being a part of
I'm
Master
happy
Bass.
to say.
It's I, Malaika, and my guys here in the background, my backup singers. And it's
So-
been great. We'll be here all what?
We want to know, what's your next step? What are you going to do? I know you've done a lot. But
No.
what's on your mind?
Before she gets there, what are your roles in JDC?
Oh, JDC
Besides
Genius Drama
acting.
Club. So I'm a film producer as well. So I'm a line producer. Yes. I added it last year. Another hat I added. I'm a line producer and JDC. That's the Genius Drama Club, and I play the role. I also act in it as Nicole. Very, very interesting character. I've never played that character before. It's actually a tough one to play.
It's a bit wild.
Yeah.
Ratchet.
Ooh, shit.
Is the word they use these
You know,
days.
when Taraji was interviewed about Cookie for Empire, she said she feels drained every time.
You have to be...
Yeah, that character drains me, but she's so much fun. But she is wild. She's wild. She's nothing like me.
Jeez.
Okay.
But it's very... I don't want to say it's dangerous, but for people who don't know you, when they see you in that...
Yes,
Yeah.
When you walk on the street, they're like, that's the other woman.
Yeah, the home wrecker. I know. Oh my God, because she actually is a Malaya. So
Yeah.
she's a prostitute. Yeah, actually, the producers, the client from Nairobi in South Africa came through. We were having a meeting with them, and we're talking. Do you know it took them a while into the meeting, and they were like, "Wait,
You're the...
she's the.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's so calm.
Yeah.
she's so." And I was like, "Yeah, Auntie, that's acting." Yeah, but I have fun with it.
What other projects have you worked on in terms of acting?
Okay, so when I was younger, I was in VCL. There was I played the younger version of Sabrina. There was when I was in Form 3, I did one of the first Ugandan
Now
movies.
when you speak of it, I can see.
You can see.
Yeah.
I did one of the first Luganda movies, but I barely spoke because I was in Form 3 and they were just making me like a young virgin girl being married off, and I didn't speak much Luganda then. Then I did Reflections, but it never aired. Did Mela with Nana Kaga, then did Veronica's Wish with Nisha Kalema, which multi-award-winning movie. My first heartbreak because I was nominated for Best Supporting Actress and Ella won. Congratulations, but it's okay. The next year I won for Best Actress, Bed of Thorns. Great. It was directed by Eleanor Nawiso. Then JDC. That's Juniors Drama Club. There's a lot of stuff. I work on a lot of stuff with Swangers Avenue. There's a great project we're working on
I know
right
those
now.
guys.
Can't say. Swangers Avenue.
Were you in Beneath the Lights?
Funny enough, I wasn't, but everyone thought I was.
Why? Why am I assuming
Everyone
that you were
thought
part
I
of-
was. Everyone thought I was, and I was like, no, I wasn't. By the time it aired, first of all, when time it was filmed, I was not even in Uganda. But when it aired, it just looked like a person who was in it. Everyone thought. So one day, I met Nana Kagata and I watched her and I walked up to her and I said, "Hi, my name is Malaika. I am going to be your next actress. Nice to meet you." And she looked at me, "Who is this girl?" Like I just introduced myself, told her, she's like, "Eh?" Okay.
But she's also that crazy. though.
That's why I've told you the next thing she shot, I was her lead.
Yeah.
I was her lead in the next one. She's like, "This is yours to lose." I didn't even need to audition. She said, "It's yours to lose." So, and my professionalism is my biggest trait.
Hosea, we need to host Nana.
Yes. You should.
Yeah.
Are you
We need to
ready?
host Nana
Are you
Kaga.
ready? Are you ready for Nana?
I'll
You're going
find
to
her.
have
She's
a
my
blast.
neighbor, by the way.
You're going to have a blast. She is.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, she is your
Yeah.
neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful house.
Moon's Jose.
Only people with nice houses live that side. In the hills. In the hills.
So,
I know.
Malaika, we're running out of
I have
time.
one question for each of you.
Oh my God.
Nibanange.
Tables have turned.
Ndozo
Yeah.
nabe ngezi
Oh,
tayagala.
guess.
When you're done, can I ask?
You go into the boardroom to get a job. Now I
So-
also want to interview
Yes,
you
1,000.
to see why I should
Yes,
take your job.
Yes, yes. Why me? What? Actually, it might be two questions, but one. Why?
I still have one more for you, though. Go ahead.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Hey, Steve.
She was looking at you when she asked.
No?
No, I'm just automatically drawn to Benon always, so it could be you, Steve.
So then you should go first. Why are you scared of saying it?
Please. Tubudide.
Commercial break.
No, that's a good question.
I
But,
know.
For me, if I understand the word legacy correctly, I just want to go down as someone who changed people's lives for the better.
Using
What the gifts that God has given me.
which are?
Music. I know that's wide, but
No, I honestly was helping you say your sentence.
yeah, like
Yeah.
for example, when I sit down to write songs, I'm very meticulous. You may not notice, but like I'm always very careful what
The
I'm
words
going
you
to
use.
say.
Yes,
I don't want to.
that's very important.
Yeah, so I'm so big on inspiring. One of the things that gives
This
me
guy literally has stolen my answer. But go ahead.
like when I go to sleep, like when I meet people and they're like, "Gwe," there's a time I wrote a song called Yegwe. I met someone at Blackets and Wine like 2 years ago.
Mm.
I had posted the song randomly on YouTube, and then the guy said, "Gwe, me and my wife were going through a bad time in our marriage. We almost even divorced. That song is the one that brought us back."
But
I
aren't
was
we
like, "You're
blessed?
playing." He didn't know
It's
the
not a
title.
blessing.
He didn't know the
The
title.
title, he
of
was
the
just
song.
singing the
he
words.
was like, "There's this song of yours. I don't know what. Let me first find it." Then he looked for it and then he played it.
Oh.
He didn't even know the title of the song. He literally chased me and stopped me and said, "This is the guy."
This is
You
the
know
guy.
what I mean?
But do you see how blessed we are that we are in an industry where people can come to you and say how you
Yeah.
impacted
changed
their
their
life?
lives.
Like it doesn't have to be only in the company you work for.
True.
It's across the world.
Yeah.
And it's such a blessing to have a platform.
And it's not just for that random, but even for me, let's say for my future wife and children, when I go down at the end,
That is my second question. Where are they?
they are going to be like, this man, he was not just our father or my husband, but he really like
So
made
you have.
sure
So
we
you
are-
do want to get married and have children? one
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, maybe you should ask Benon if he still
Eh?
wants to.
See what?
No, Benon wants to have
Yeah,
a
I
family.
do.
He
If
does.
he still
He
wants-
does. I asked this recently, so he does. He does.
Seriously,
So all
I
the
want
ladies
to,
watching,
but-
slide in the DMs, but beware.
No, let me tell
I'll
you.
be there looking at them.
One my ladies,
And
let me
re-
warn you. Benon is
Steve
not
is
the DM
available.
person.
Benon is,
You'll be
is available.
disappointed. Don't DM him. Better come meet him in person. He's such a DM.
No, okay. The thing is, when you take a bit of time,
Being alone.
it becomes difficult.
It becomes
like
hard.
you start weighing. You're
You're
like,
like-
but I'm happier by myself. Those things of accountability. Where are you?
It's so bad. You get used to doing things.
Yeah.
alone.
So all you fellas out there,
Eh.
mwana temulwawo kubanga bifuka bizuma say.
What's your legacy?
No, seriously, it becomes
Yeah.
difficult. So, like you said, I'm big on inspiring, but also big on serving. And
beautiful.
with serving, I mean, it could be something as simple as somebody that wants to become something, a lot of things. And if I'm in the position to
help, I've
to create a stepping stone.
Oh,
to,
nice.
Very
few people have that heart.
Man,
very few people
so
have that heart.
That thing fulfills me.
Can I tell you, you will get that fulfillment in marriage?
Yeah.
And family?
Yeah.
Kuga.
Hallelujah. What are you looking for?
I'm just messing with you.
I wanted to know.
Manifest.
Malaika, do you feel like your life, your lifestyle, your work, like is there a balance?
Not
in your
at
life?
all.
No balance.
Yeah. But I'm working on it. This year I've been very intentional
This
about
girl
it.
is so honest.
Yes.
Either she's a good actress or
Oh, she's too honest for life.
Not at all. But I'm working on it. This year I'm very intentional about it.
and
Because it's taken me to the hospital a couple of times and that's not good.
Are you serious?
It's not good. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm very, very this year I said, okay, my guy need to be very serious about it. So yeah.
Do you like reading or writing?
I'm learning how to read. I'm a writer. You've seen me. I always come with like a book I write. I don't use phones.
Yeah.
Hosea can attest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always like writing things down. Yeah, I write a lot, but I'm reading more now.
I struggle with reading.
Yeah, but
me
I
try.
try.
But
Julius
I'm
is
trying to-
teaching me how to read.
Yeah, I'm trying to
He told
teach
me
myself.
he's teaching me what to do. He's even told me what book to look for. I'm going to tell you.
I think
He's your partner. How is he helping
He
me?
gave up on me.
But
He's tried.
even writing, me, I never used I used to think you can write things on the phone, but then there's a lot of
something
power
about
from
physically.
physically writing
pen to paper.
something down.
Yeah, pen to paper.
This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with
guys.
us.
Yeah.
We usually sign out with a trivia. I'm going to ask you questions,
Love it.
but don't explain.
Love it.
Don't explain.
Just choose.
This is how people get in trouble. But they just
Yeah,
get this one
exactly,
clip,
yeah.
put on TikTok,
Yeah.
problems. All right.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Hey.
Boys or girls? Exactly.
Boys.
Dresses or pants and tops?
Ooh, dresses.
Dresses. Fashion or acting?
Both. It has to be
no,
both, my
You
God.
have to choose one.
Fashion. Acting.
This one is sensitive, but you may answer it or not. Father or mother?
Mom.
Okay. Radio or TV?
Radio.
Money or passion?
Money. I'm passionate about money.
Okay, this one is interesting. Fasting or working out? Or gym? Like
Fasting, like while praying, or these
no,
things that you people.
fasting, like to lose.
Okay, diet.
Yeah.
Diet
Okay,
or working
dieting or working out.
None. Me, I'm naturally like this. God bless us.
But you have to choose.
I woke up like this, guys.
Okay.
I don't like working out. I don't like dieting.
Okay, in that case, eating
So
or
you
drinking.
enjoy your
Eating or drinking? I like eating.
Oh. Everybody give it up for Malaika. Thank you for coming out. This is the Master Bass Podcast.
Yeah, man.
And thank you guys for hanging out for all these episodes. You guys have supported us. Please share, like, subscribe, comment. What else, Malaika?
What?
Share, watch,
dancing
rewatch,
is another talent.
Rewatch,
share.
repeat.
Tambuza video.
Banange, banyabo, bali single, they are available.
And also, to all the Kadamas who are in the Middle East, please tune in.
Oh yes,
and watch the show.
subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe. Leave a comment. Say what you liked. Be specific.
Let's
Minute
go.
this.
She's also available.
I thought you took me, Benon. I'm available.
Hey!
We're on air. We're on air.
Forget about it. So, what are we doing this evening?
What are we? Ooh.
What you want to do?
Whatever you want to
after
do.
the show?
Let's do it.
Okay. Please cut.